Hey everyone, it's Char from Char's Fashion Nation. Yes, I am wearing this. I'm also showing you how you can glamazon your stuff. None of this is from Amazon, mind you. Found my lodge rings. Yay. Okay, so today, I won't be able to wear my glasses, but that's all right. I am making a vintage pattern. I don't know where the sleeve went to this. It's around here. Anyway, so this is how the instructions came. Candace, you told me nothing was torn. I'm not gonna hold it against her. So I'm gonna be working with this vintage pattern, and it is a, see if I can get this open without ripping it. It is McCall's 7003. It is supposed to be a new Easy Sew. Are they? What's their version of new Easy Sew from back then, right? Oh my gosh, I would love to know what year this is from because it's a beautiful garment. I have the pieces cut out, but you know what? The whole thing about vintage pattern is it's not made in today's sizes. And that's why when I make something specific like this shirt, I make sure I remeasure everything. Because of my thyroid, my weight goes up and down. And I was on that weightlifter's diet, so yeah. For my age, that's pretty good. So I have decided what I'm going to do to make some extra for the sides, because we can be a little extra here. So I have my handy dandy scissors. I love these. These are from the Hobby Lobby. They have great fabric shears. Scissors for any kind of crafting. I keep these very sharp because I need them for all my fabrics, and that's why we have this pulled out. I have a yard of this left after cutting it for the denim jacket. So these are cute together. Tell me that's not cute together. Navy blue for the skirt, right, and the bodice. And then this fabric. This is cute. If you don't think it's cute, I don't know about you. Anyway, so what I'm going to do here is, because I already even have the waistbanding cut out already, so what I'm going to do, lay this out like this. This is very, very important. Try to get all the havoc of threads and stuff off of it. Mind you, when I sew from this side going inward, remember I do want to add pocket into the skirting. Even though in the patterning it doesn't have a pocket, I love a pocket. I have a pocket in these pants. Well, two pockets, a small pocket and the bigger pocket. These are actually a pair of scrubs that I got, oh my gosh, I don't know how many years ago. It's been that long. So what we're going to do is lay this out, see how much we need. Okay, we just need to cut it to right about there, maybe a little lower. Okay, cut it to right about there. Now how I want to do this is, I want to make sure I have enough of this lengthwise for both sides, so that when I do go to cut this, I have a line to follow up to open it for the pocket. Does it make sense? It makes sense to me. And then those two strips will get sewn on, one separate on the front piece, one separate on the back piece, and then the pockets get sewn in. This is all going to make sense. Trust me, this is going to make sense. For this, I do have a zipper. I don't remember this asking for a zipper, but I think it does. somewhere in here. And I know this thing has to call for a zipper somewhere. I think that's it right there. I can't see that. Let me see this vintage. Viv, let me know if you have this particular pattern. Maybe we can do a pattern swap sometime. Viv is fun. Okay. Oh, you would think this thing has a zipper. The other part of this pattern is kind of weird because it curves, which I think is a bit odd for me. And that's why I didn't choose that pattern piece. And maybe that's just me. Okay, apparently this doesn't call for a zipper, but I might leave one in anyway because the wonderful thing zippers does. So, okay, let's come over here, make sure, because of the fabric and the lines on it, I'm going to kind of exclude the first line here because that's cut different. So what I want to do is take this one. Okay, we need to take this strip to here, this strip to here, and then take that. Anyway, yes, because we want to make sure also from here to here that that is going to be okay. Yes, this is going to be perfect. Perfectos. Aminos perfectos. We'll go ahead and we'll do that. We'll just bring this over here. And remember, we're going from this part to here and this part to here. And we're doing that for a good reason. And all I have to do is just cut it along that way. Make sure these are aligned perfectly. And cut. Now, I love the fact that I'm using 2 different shades of blue for this particular dress, so it's kind of vintage with a twist of native. Nothing wrong with vintage with a twist of native, right? So my other thought with this fabric, because I have a yard of it, you need the armhole strips that go along the armholes and a strip that goes here, which I'm just lucky I have a yard of this left. And then I'll end up doing the same thing for the other side of the skirt, of course, because we need to make sure that that is so spot on perfect for both sides of your skirt and have your pocket fabric and maybe a little bit for like maybe waistbanding, and I would just like to do something like that with this because I think it just kind of jazzes it up, gives it a more refined kind of really decorative look. Maybe it's just me. I like that. It's something it's my thing. So I will trim off the not needed piece here and get these pinned, and we'll go to the machine. So we are over here at the machine getting ready to sew. This is the back portion of it. I have the front portion over there getting ready for everything to be pinned after we sew this one. So let's get started. Now remember, when you lay something out, if you're a first-time sewer, this is supposed to be something easy, like, I don't know. Go forward, then your tab that's right here on your machine, which is your reverse button or your back button. Press that down, the pedal. You've locked your stitch in place. Now, you can pull out the first pin. Remember to keep the pin holder next to you. That is always helpful. And then for your first time sewers, I'll go a little slower. Slower. And if this happens, this will happen every once in a while, tug it. That does happen. Is where it gets caught up a little bit, just a little bit. Make sure you have your fabric down. Now, if I find that once I put these together after I lay in the pocket pieces, now if I find that that's a little big on me afterwards in the skirting, what I will do after I do the bodice and go to join them, I will put darts in this, because gosh darn it, it's a good thing. See how this keeps bunching? Like I said, there's a thread that sometimes gets stuck up here, and just tug that. It does happen. And then that will straighten it out. Now, what you're not seeing here on the top is where I have the pins in, because I have them on the other side of this. And just make sure that you have the head of the pin right here. I don't know if you can see that right here. Okay, yeah, you can see that one. Where you could just reach and pluck her out. Don't go as fast as I am if you're a newbie to sewing. It takes a while to just get used to it. And as you know, I generally use just a general sewing foot. Almost an all-purpose. Now, my Singer came with a variety of different feet. You can find that video on my channel of me unveiling my Beautimus machine. Again, the Singer Heavy Duty 4452. If you cannot find it at a Hobby Lobby or anywhere else, you can order it from Singer at singer.com. And that'll work. It'll definitely work. If you have sewn to the point where you can't get your pin out, lift the foot, grab your pin, and put it back down again. So let me get both these sides done, sew on the other one, and then we'll come back with pockets in place. That's a lot. And then we will start on the bodice. Wouldn't that be fun? Fun fashion fact. Bras and corsets and high heel shoes used to be exclusive for royal men. Yes, just a fun fashion fact. Here, now that this is just going to be gorgeous together. So let me show you that real quick. Isn't that good? That's beautiful together. A navy blue with the indigenous touch. That's going to be gorgeous. Yes. Hey, look, the navy blue by itself would have just gone with this shirt, as you can see, but it's a dress. So what I'm doing is I'm putting the pocket pieces in an opposite cut to the sides because it's pockets. They go in, and it adds a really nice flare touch to the garment. Do I have a lot of this left now, the indigenous print? No, but I'm glad. I do have enough for like the neckline and the armholes to like put that trim on there, and some to go down the side of the bodice, which is fine with me. I have enough of this left. I made sure of it, and I'm happy with it. So we're going to get this the pockets pinned on, sewn, and then, because come on, that's just, I miscut this one, but look at that. That's gorgeous. Well, we are back on day 2. I'm trying to use natural lighting, but I think we all know how that goes. So that means eventually I will have to turn the lamp back on. But, oh, this sucks. It was bright outside for just a little bit. Yeah, for just a little bit. And then the clouds all came by. Okay, so yesterday we were ending yesterday's at starting the bodice, yes. Not the same makeup look, not the same lashes. There you go. Oh. These lashes are not as fluffy, but I can still sort of put my glasses on wearing them. And yes, this is that one top that I made with the drawstring in the front. I'm telling you guys, make your own clothes. You will save yourself some money. You know, I am doing the darting a specific way because that's how I'm comfortable with it, and I wanted to make this look super cute because I love super cute. So this is how it looks on the front now with just that one sewn. That is how it looks. I mean, I can flip it in, rip that out, and then redo it. I don't know. I just kind of like it the way it is. It's different, and it matches what I did on the skirt. So even though I don't have it like tilted inward, that's because of my body shape. Now, when I said these are not made for today's actual size person, I actually meant that. I did mean that. Because they're not. They are not. Back then, it was as soon as Twiggy hit the scene, that messed it all up for us. As soon as Twiggy hit the scene, it was all body shaming from there. That's also a shame. That is such a shame that they decided to do that. But you know what? We are real people. We don't starve ourselves. We eat because we need nutrition. So let's get into finishing this side of the bodice. Then I will put it against my person. We'll try to get the other side of the bodice going as good as possible to attach them. As you guys all know, I will be adding some of this lovely fabric onto the bodice piece to make it fit better. And why I'm going to do that is because we really need a little extra sometimes, but not the extra. But okay, let me get this going. Fun thing, I love to sew barefoot, right? And then I forgot that I have my flip-flops on. Mine are Under Armour, and they have this really good memory foam cushion in them. The most comfortable thing you can freaking wear is something with that cushioning. I went to put my foot on the pedal. I'm like, wait, why can't I feel it? Doofy me. I like the fact that I can adjust them over the top of my foot because it kind of gives compression in the correct area to take that morning ache off your foot from arthritis. So now let's get back to sewing. Now that we're back over here, yes, I know this shirt fits me nice, doesn't it? That, like I said, it's the key thing for making your own clothes. You make it for your body. And since I'm not a small gal, when I can make something and it makes me look thinner, that's right. I think we all like that, right? So now we're back to the crazy instructions, which I need my glasses for. I decided to just pull back the top of my hair today and let the rest down. It doesn't hurt to let your hair down a bit. So we are on this part of crazy, unfortunately ripped instructions. I'm really ticked about these being ripped. But these instructions right here, especially when it comes to attaching the pieces together, because you guys know I did not cut the back paneling into 2 pieces because I would prefer to have it in 1 piece, because apparently you don't put a zipper in this thing. So why do you need 2 pieces on the back if there's no zipper? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me. So now, like I said, now that we're back to the crazy instructions, what this says to do is, let's see, bodice. Stitch dart in the front, press folds already pressed. Let's see, upper edge, front by hand or use of machine attachment. And then, let's see, unnotched. Edge of the back facing, I'm not doing facing. Stitch in the back facing, I'm still not doing facing. Okay, so we'll skip that part because I'm not doing facing. So 2, 3, open out the back facing from the bodice, pin facing. Okay, we're still not doing facing. We're not doing facing. What it's not telling me here is how in bejeebus do you expect to attach this together? All this part is talking about is facing. This right here is not talking about anything but interfacing, which is the facing. So what, right? Yeah, it's still, okay, we're not doing lining. They can skip that, skip. We're not doing lining. Where in bejeebles does this make any sort of sense? This makes no sense. All they keep talking about is the lining, and there's no lining going in this because the fabric is dark enough and heavy enough that you don't need a lining in this. So this is really confusing here. Seam stitch outside. Okay, yes, and that's the bodice, but it's still not saying how to attach the back to the front. And I really think that that's odd. Let me know in the comments below if you think that's odd. Where's the actual instruction on how to attach the front and back bodice? It's not on there. So now my only other thing that I can really do with this is kind of play around, try to get it to fit correctly to each other, because you got to do that with those armholes. Now, like I said, you know, I could take the darting, just pull it up, and you're actually supposed to stitch here. Now, what they're talking about is fold it over and stitch, and that's when you end up with the stitching on the outside, like I have. What they don't tell you is take it like this when you're doing your darting. Lay it on your machine like so, flat, and stitch along that darting. Now that'll give you an invisible darting, which is what I'll probably end up doing to this anyway, because I don't like how one side is not like the other. One of these things is not like the other. No, because it didn't lay right. So, and I know which part's front, which is the back, because I marked it. Because this is the front. This is the back. And I will probably end up taking that out. So I will figure this out and we will come back to that because this is confusing. I have decided to go with my least favorite thing to do, seam ripping. Reset and maybe alter the bodice so that the armholes actually match. Their pattern does not contain matching armhole pieces. And armholes need to match, you know what I mean? Because if they don't match, you don't get lovely like this or other garments you have seen me sew. So their armholes are a no-go. So like I said, I'm going to seam rip the front bodice piece where I have laid down those darts. And I'm going to dart them the correct way instead of how they say to do it, because how they say to do it makes you end up with double-sided hemming on both sides. And we don't really want that with a garment like this. I mean, I might leave it like that on the skirt, but I'm not leaving that like this on this bodice piece because there's an oopsie in there. A piece of the fabric did not catch underneath the needle, so we need to fix that. Seam ripping has so far on one side taken me a half an hour because dark thread on dark fabric is hard to seam rip. Remember that, because yeah, a half hour later. Okay, so I've got both sides. Why is there still a long thread in there? Anyway, I got both sides seam ripped. Friggin' yay! And it was about time. It's about time. Bon Jovi. Who listened to Bon Jovi in the 80s and 90s? Yes, he was in the 80s. Because you gotta remember, Young Guns. Da, da. It was in the 80s and the 90s, I know. My oldest boy has one of the actors' names. Anyway, now that we have, I can just scratch all that up. Scratching ASMR. And it does not rip the fabric, so scratching ASMR. This is not nails on a chalkboard. So, now the point to this is, because we need to get these armholes all matchy-matchy, because, look, check this out. Armhole on the back. Armhole on the front. Where does this make sense? This does not make sense. Now you would think that they would have said that you need to lay this back and hem it. Not on your friggin' life. Or mine. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the piece that has somewhat of a friggin' armhole, a correct one, and we're going to try to match those up as close as possible. Fix it doesn't match, because that does not There's the back. You got extra there. There's the front. No, one of these things is not like the other. No, it's not. Like I said, I don't know who thought of this pattern. I don't know who thought it would be a good idea to do it that way for like kind of a swoop neck, kind of a Jackie O kind of look, or Princess Grace kind of a look. But no, it is not. And we have enlightenment coming through the window over there on the door. Maybe daylight out there, but it's gloomy. So I'm going to adjust this, and we will come back with hopefully getting this darn thing on the machine. Okay, so what I'm going to do now that we're finally over here, because I readjusted part of it by trimming it down to make it fit correctly together. And then I'm just going to roll him the sleeves area, the sleeve holes. And this particular dress doesn't necessarily call for a sleeve, which is great for me because I don't like a sleeve anyway. So what I'm going to do is get the rest of this pulled together, then we're going to pull together the rest, and I will be back with the actual finished product because we need that. Hey everyone, trying to get my phone to balance. Oh my gosh, I think this turned out like really cute. And with the neckline, I actually took some of that native design pattern here and here. This right here on the waistband, I don't know what's going on with that, but you know what? This is done. It's wearable. It's cute. You don't need a zipper, which is, new channel that I'm fammed with. They're over in Britain, and they are called the Disturbed Society. They're much like Let's Read, Sir Aim, and Dylan from Top 15, and he does have another channel called Chill's Narrator. So they're much like them. They're really cool. And I'll tell you why. Give me a shout out. There you go. You know, the story I was listening to was like about strange stories, you know, like from when you're a kid. But if there were a lot of those haunted houses and apparitions. Not that I don't live in one of those houses, because I do. But anyway, let me know what you think. I like the length of the skirting. Oh, I thought I got that. That's some of the pencil. But I will get that off of there. But didn't this turn out cute? This turned out cute. And, you know, come to think about this, kind of reminds me of one of those I Dream of Jeannie dresses, you know, that Jeannie wore. But anyway, guys, I'm going to edit this. This is comfortable. I like this. I thought maybe it would be like too tight in here after I still added a little extra fabric, which by the way it needed. But pockets, my friends, pockets. These pockets are great. And I had put on some pearls. I don't know if that goes with it. But, maybe. Yes, it's cute. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. I am loving this. I really don't think it needs a belt, quite frankly. I really don't. But if I did put one on there, that's okay. Because it would cover up right here. And then, of course, I would have to get some more fabric for that. But until then, I have more sewing to do. This week, next week. And until then, stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed. Because I'm digging the stress. This is vintage. I tweaked it a bit because the collar was supposed to be the same color as this navy blue, but I'm telling you, I'm digging how this came out because I've got them hips. And I will see you guys in the next one, because like, come on, that's nice. And the collar's supposed to hang like that. The only thing I might do is put the darting back. That's about it. I had to figure it out first. Actually, I just think it's kind of hip the way it is. See you later.